This, ladies and gentlemen, is our freshwater tank. And it's absolutely ginormous. So this is a 190 litre water tank, which is a lot bigger than what you would normally get in a van. We did consider buying a already converted van or a part converted van, but every single van that we looked at just had a 60 or 70 litre freshwater tank, and that for us was just a complete deal breaker, because that would only last us perhaps 1, maximum 2 days if you're drinking that, cooking with it, washing in it. Yeah, it's just not enough. So I decided that we would get a bigger water tank. We don't necessarily have to fill it all the way up, but I decided to go for 190 litres because it was pretty much the biggest size tank I could get that would fit underneath our bed and not intrude too much into Joss's bed underneath. It is a baffled tank as well, which means that it's got kind of a hole in the middle like that, and that just stops the water from sloshing around too much. But this is pretty much where it's going to go in the van, so it's right next to the wheel arch over here. The outlet is drilled at the bottom of the tank facing this way, so the water will be coming out. I'll have a pump here and whatever else I need, and then that will feed the shower and the sink, which is going to be on the same side of the van, so I won't have to plumb across anywhere, which is what I wanted to do. And then I'll have a grey water tank pretty much directly underneath the shower, depending on where the outlet's going to be. I'm not really too sure yet, but yeah, new water tank. What is it, Digby? What is it? And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is an exciting moment. It's actually mounted on a piece of wood. God. So this is our new diesel heater that arrived all the way from China 3 days ago, I think it was now. It only took 1 week to arrive, which is pretty incredible really, when you think that you can't even order things in the same country that arrive within a week. I don't know the exact model name of the heater, but it's made by a company called JP Heater. It's equivalent to the Truma D6E, which is, I think it's made in Europe, but it's literally identical to this, but it's double the price. Well, it's more than double the price. I think this was about £700, whereas the Truma is about £2,500. So it's like almost a quarter of the price. But then we had to pay for shipping and import duty and all that kind of stuff. So it worked out around about £1,200 we paid for this, which is still less than half of the other one. But it's got a 10 litre water tank inside of it, so it's going to heat up our water and it's going to heat the air as well. Essentially though, I'm not sure where the diesel line is exactly, but obviously the diesel will go in, and then this ring here, this is the exhaust, and then around that I think is the air intake. So I think you have one unit on the outside of the van for the exhaust and the air coming in. I think it's the air to power the combustion. I don't think it's the actual room air. I think that kind of gets sucked in through this, and then it goes through the heat, and then it comes out these ducts at the back. So there's 4, there's 2 here and 2 on the other side, and then you can run tubing to wherever you want it to go, which I think is in that box over there. But on the side, well, this will be facing the front because I think you need to have fresh air going into there. But this is the diesel line, so I need to connect that to the diesel tank in the van. And then I think this is the cold water in, and this is the warm water out. So I just need to plumb in to those two, connect the diesel, and then obviously do all the wiring and everything. It sounds pretty simple, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot more complicated as we start to install it. I'm not going to start today. I just want to kind of get my head around it to make sure I don't make any mistakes. What do you think? New heater. New heater. You're not getting out because you keep barking at everything, and that's naughty, isn't it? That's naughty. That's naughty, boy. Oh, long nose. Long nose. Okay, so we've also got this other little box that came with it, and I think this is the instructions. Right, I need to keep that. Yeah, so this is all the wires and bits and pieces. So we've got 2 wires there, the outside temperature sensor, and I'm not really too sure what these are, but I guess I'll figure it out. A couple of cable ties, it's always quite useful, and then the control switch, which also has instructions in it, but I think this is essentially just a thing that you would fix to the wall, and then you can kind of turn the heating on off, turn the water on and off. You can have the water and the air separately, so you don't have to have both at the same time. I also think you can choose whether to have the heater running completely on diesel, or I think you can have diesel and electric, so like 900 watts and diesel, or I think you can have it running completely on electric, which will be good if we are staying at a campsite, or when we're keeping it at home, we can just plug in the mains lead and then just run the heater just on electric, and then we don't have to worry about using up all the diesel. But I guess we'll figure all that out as we go. Just put all that back in there. Right. So second box, I think this is going to be the ducting and the exhaust and everything like that. At least I hope it is anyway, because otherwise we're missing loads of bits. Are you coming to sit on me, are you? So we've got a length of this ducting pipe, and I think this is what takes the heat, the air heat, from the unit and around the van. I'm not sure if you can block off one of the ducts, but there's 4 ducts at the back, and this just connects in there, and then you can kind of put it wherever you need it to go. I don't know if that's supposed to be attached to that or not, but I'll leave it in there for now. This is the air intake pipe for the combustion chamber in the heater, and then inside of that, I don't know how well you can see that, but you've got the exhaust pipe as well. So it's all kind of in one tube, which is really handy. What else have we got? We've got some more wiring. I don't know what that's for. And then we've got something to do with the fuel line. Not really sure. Maybe that goes into the tank like that, and then, I don't know, maybe. Oh, this is the fuel pump. So you connect the diesel line from the tank to this. I can't remember which end, I think it's this end. And then this, oh yeah, that plugs in, so that must be what that's for. And then that essentially just pumps the fuel into the unit. So we've got a bag of fittings for the ducting pipe. So if you're going to fit this to some like wood or something, then these just kind of are how you attach it to that. And then, oh, this is the thing that goes on the outside of the van. So because it's all one piece that has the air in, the exhaust out, you only need one outlet, which is this little guy here. So your piping will fit to the back, and then this will go through the side of the van, and then you'll just have this one faceplate on the outside of the van, and then the exhaust will come out of this bit here, and then the air intake, I believe, will just kind of go around the outside and then in. The reason that I know all of this is because I've watched a few other people installing this system, so I pretty much know how it works without ever even touching it. Whether I can install it myself or not is another question. We've got some diesel line, which I think is the blue one, and I think this is still fuel line. I think maybe this is like the initial line that goes into the tank, and then this one just carries it to the thing. I don't know, maybe. I've got a bag of hose clips, Jubilee clips, whatever you call them, and there is a fuel filter as well. So that will get attached between the diesel tank and the pump, I think, and that basically takes out any debris to stop it going through the pump and breaking the pump or anything. And then there's just a load of other bits and pieces which I've got no idea what they do. And then finally I think this might be some sort of pressure release valve or a drip valve or something, so that when the water heats up it expands, and I think that if the pressure builds up too much, then this will automatically open a valve and release some of the pressure, and it will kind of drip out any drips, something like that. But that is pretty much it for the heater. I'm quite excited to get started on it, to be honest with you, but I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to brush up on my skills and then come back to this maybe tomorrow or in a couple of days or something, make a start on it, I don't know how long it's going to take. I've watched other people and they've managed to get it done in a day. I don't think I'm going to get it done in a day because I'm just not really entirely sure what I'm doing, and I'm a bit nervous to cut a hole in the side of the van, to be honest with you. So it might take a couple of days, but I think that between us two we can make it work, can't we? What do you think? Should we get the heater going and then make it toasty? Yes. Oh. The van's an absolute tip at the moment. There's just stuff absolutely everywhere. There's just nowhere else to keep anything other than keeping it in the van, and we've kind of got a lot going on at the moment, so yeah, lots of stuff in the van. But just a quick video today anyway. I just wanted to show you the heater and the water tank because they've arrived. But I'm hoping in a couple of days time we can make a start on the heater and hopefully have it finished by the end of next week. And then I think, other than the grey water tank that's going to go underneath the van, that's going to be pretty much the most complicated thing. I want to say a big shout out to JP Heater, who managed to get this sent over to us in less than a week all the way from China, which is pretty crazy, to be honest with you. And I'm really hoping that it works as well as I'm hoping it will, but I guess time will tell and we'll find that out once it's all done and put together and everything. If you did like this video, give it a big thumbs up. We'll catch you guys in the next one. So until then, have a safe drive, stay alive, have a lovely day, don't spill anything, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.